slide because you know that already. Everybody sees the screen? Great, so we did this already. So I'm also basically filling in now for Richard, doing a bit of moderation. This is our standard procedure always. We don't have anybody new as a beta community, so we're going to jump this. We do an introduction, then what's new on the ARK, Q&A, and then departure. And here are two pictures of a local tree, which has become my favorite tree. And you see there's a difference between the two pictures. Maybe you see if you look in detail that it looks like it is the same tree, but it's actually two different species. And they are very, very important in Central Europe. So I don't know if you want to give a guess now, otherwise there is the solution at the end.
Gloria.
I'm not gonna say anything now.
Gloria, this is not a guess.
I want Yusuf to answer me.
Yes.
My baby.
It's the leader.
Yes,
Very good.
Yeah, but you
very
have to
good.
get the species. I think you will get the
maybe.
Okay, good. So we have a team training. This is I'm happy. Yes, it's Tilia cordata and Platyphyllus. And the link to the ARK species entry on the ARK is on the last slide. So I'm still not going to tell anything more about this, but those are the two species we're going to talk about, how they are being recognized, although being so similar at the end. Okay. So introduction today. So you might remember that we quite often talk about the 7 different concepts that the ARK is built on. And today we talk about the ecological concept, a part of the ecological concept. I want to introduce to you the tragedy of the commons. Maybe can you lift your hand if you have heard of this? What is the tragedy of the commons? 1, 2, 3. Anybody else? Is this a concept you have heard of? No? So the commons have been defined as the undivided land belonging to the members of a local community as a whole. So basically commons and community, this is connected. And I quote here Gary Snyder, an American anthropologist who wrote The Practice of the Wild. But the tragedy of the commons means the commons are disappearing. And the tragedy of the commons is a concept that has been coined in 1968 by an American ecologist called Harold Garrett. And what you see here, it's widely used despite being derived from ecology, also in economics. And the problem is that people who are not governed by a social system and act in their own self-interest deplete the resources of a commons in an uncoordinated action. So this is basically one explanation why we also face the climate crisis and environmental destruction. And in the next slide, I'm mentioning the resurrection of the commons. I mean, if there is the destruction of the commons happening, and the question is, how can we resurrect the commons? And there are two approaches. One is that we strengthen local commons or local communities. And as such, we need to recognize and then also protect them. And since a lot of us live in cities, ideally those commons are cities, they are urban centers. And then, of course, there's the planet. In a global world, we need to recognize and protect the planet as one single global commons. And that's, of course, also quite challenging. And both these approaches are linked to the ARK. So in phase 1 of the ARK development, we introduced 3 user roles. There is the learner who collects impact points. Our persona was Lila, 9-year-old child, and her mom, Mia. They want to connect with people on planet. Then we had the educators or facilitators, for example, Nick and Paula, could be a nature guide, could be a national park ranger, a Boy Scout trainer. What do? They support learners to connect with nature. And then we have communities or community mentors like Jaya, Nikita, and Chris, and they want to support the community to connect with nature. Those were the 3 user roles that we established in phase 1 of the ARK development. Now in phase 2, we have started to use this map, which is a map of bioregions. It's a beautiful map. Whenever I see it, it's actually a piece of art. Yeah, and we need new user roles, okay? And today we're gonna start to introduce new user roles, and those user roles are connected to these territories. And these territories are different from the political maps that we know from the nation state map. So what are those new user roles? The first user role is the commons mentor. You see here a simplified map of St. Pölten, which is a city of only 50,000 people, but it's a typical small scale city with 100 square kilometers. 100 square kilometers. It's a very small area, 10 times 10 kilometers. So you can walk it in a day, no? And we have created a badge for this new user role. It's the commons mentor. And what does this person do? This person curates and moderates a local territory, a small local territory. And they create specific specimen entries on the ARK. Okay, we'll do this afterwards. Then the next user role is the ecoregion mentor. You see here one ecoregion in Central Europe. I think Paris is part of this, Zurich, Vienna, Berlin, and this ecoregion is called Western European broadleaf forests. And what does this mentor do? It's the ecoregion mentor. This person curates and moderates an ecoregion. And it's not a specimen, it's a generic species, like, for example, the trees that I showed in the beginning. And then we have the bioregion mentor, and you see the bioregion is a much larger area. It's here, very small print, European interior mixed forests, PA12. That's about 3 times of the ecoregion mentor area. And this bioregion mentor also curates and moderates generic species, but for a much larger part of the planet. Any questions? Because this was already quite a bit. Is it clear? Good. All right. So we repeat how the bioregion identity works. We create an activity, can be anything, a walk, a kayak tour, bike ride. We add a specimen. This means a specific, currently only tree. And we add a species. Can be anything. Can be a tree, a herb, a butterfly, a squirrel. Yeah, actually, we should also add human beings, huh? Spider. All right, and then this.
Human beings are everywhere.
This is going to be a route. All right, and with this, I hand over to Lucas and Gloria today with what's new.
Good. So I leave the sharing for now on. Today we're going to present our progress from the last month, and what we're going to have is a new page called My Learning Space, which we used to call My Bioregion. So we had some design improvements in here. Then we have improved the way that the specimens are displayed on the platform so that they look more like collectibles. So we kind of aiming at this cards, collectible cards concept, like when you are collecting, what do people collect?
Panini album.
Panini album.
Soccer players.
Yeah.
Soccer players, Pokemons, and so on.
Barbie.
We're going to introduce the new role that Knut just mentioned, which is the Commons Mentor, which is the first one that we have implemented to be publicly visible. And the jewel of today is the specimen review process, which is our tool which enables everyone to contribute bioregional content, so specimens, into the ARK. So let me finish one last preparation in here, and I'm going to share my screen to you, and let's get going. So, does everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So today I start in a very high-tech view of two windows at the same time. And that's because we're going to start with the specimen review. And so we've got two profiles on the screen, which you can imagine as two different devices. On the left is Gloria's browser. And on the right is my browser. So you can already notice that there is a new thing on the profile picture. And in this very specific case, both of us are Commons mentors. So it's a badge, you maybe not see it. I'm gonna let them not zoom in because of to keep it fluent. But this is a way that everybody on the platform can see that you are a Commons mentor. You can tell that somebody is a Commons mentor, which means that they are in charge of a piece of land to develop species and specimen in there, and to help people increase their bioregional identity. So you can also see that Gloria's bioregional knowledge is much higher than mine. And it's probably because I should actually not really be a Commons mentor, but because I'm the administrator. So let's go and have a look at our bioregion page.
Yeah.
And this got a little bit of facelift. Facelift? Yes, facelift. So now this place is called My Bioregional Identity. And on the overview card, we can see you can see how many specimens you already know, how many species you already know. So for the specimen, this is out of this current territory. For the species, it's from the current bioregion. We now describe the learning space from the smallest unit to the biggest. So our commons in here are St. Pölten. So whoever attends an activity in St. Pölten and discovers a specimen or a species, sorry, just a specimen, so he gets specimen into this graph in here, will become the member of the commons of St. Pölten. So this changes with the first specimen you gain in a new territory. So if I moved into Hornyudoli, which is my parents' cottage, and I established commons in there, and you came to visit me, and I took you for a walk, and I gave you some specimen as observed, then you would see commons as Czech Republic, as Hornyudoli. Then the ecoregion, which we are familiar with, Western European Boreal Forest. Bioregion is the bigger unit here, and the biome and realm. We have also integrated this nice map, which gives you immediately information from One Earth about your current ecoregion. No, sorry, it's bioregion, PA12. So it works a bit better when it's bigger, but you get the idea. You can check out the whole Earth and see what bioregions there are and get to know some basic information about them. We are working now with, trying to work now with One Earth to make it even more integrated into the platform. Okay, so that's about what's new in here. Well, let's have a look on the left side in Gloria's profile into the specimens. So there are new sections in here. When Gloria is working on a specimen submission, she's working she has a work in progress on a specimen, then it's in the section of my drafts. So she's got a draft in here, which is
the chapel.
the chapel.
Yeah.
So,
this is the specimen that I have just done. Like I have found this tree during a long walk in Nadelbach, and I thought it was a super beautiful Quercus robber. I measured it, and it was actually 5.1 meter in gears, which make it like the biggest Quercus robber in the area that I have seen until now. And so I decided to include it as a specimen, of course, in the walk. And what is really particular of this tree is also that if you go into the culture parts, you see this picture. So it has like a big fissure, yeah, in the trunk, in which there is a Marie inside. I think it's the picture below. And yeah, so people has been using it probably as a holy tree, or anyway a tree to pray like on Sundays. So it's really beautiful, and it has also like definitely a cultural value for the people that live in the town close to it. And so I decided to write this specimen and to ask for a mentor to review it.
yes, so I'm now going to act on Gloria's behalf in her profile here on the left side. And so she wants to check it for the last time. So she goes into the edit form, and
I gave it a code.
She's very happy about it already. She thinks it cannot get much better. So last check, and all seems to be good. Everything is good. The pictures are there. So in the past, she was using the Save as Draft button, but now she is good with it. She's gonna submit it for review. So she clicks this button, and specimen has been saved and submitted for review. And she can see immediately that her entry will be reviewed by a mentor in her commons. Here, you might ask yourself, why is that? Because she's also a mentor, but we have decided that mentors always needs to have a review by another mentor to maintain a very high quality. And she is instructed that she can find the submission in the My Contributions section on the Specimens tab. So if she goes now to the list of specimen, she can see it now in this second new section, which is called My Contributions. And she can see that it is now waiting for review. So me now as the mentor, I go into my bioregion, and I go into the specimens, and I need to reload the page because this just happened now. This is updated on the page reload, and I can see in the section review pending that there is a new specimen that is waiting for review. And now you can see that some of them have a little picture in there and some of them not. So if there is not a profile picture in there, that means there is nobody reviewing this specimen yet. If there is already a picture, that means some mentor has picked up this specimen and is working on the review. So I see here that the chapel is pending for review, and I'm going to go and check it out. I can see the same content as Gloria submitted. And if I feel like I want to be the reviewer, I go into the decision tab, and I can become the reviewer. So I'm going to click the button, and oops. Okay. Again, as always, I messed it up. So I don't know why is this, but I became the reviewer, and I should be able now to go and write some comments to Gloria. So let me try to go back and restart this process. Okay, Go to specimens. It's now showing us under review. I go in there, and I found the problem in here that what was it? I'm not sure whether from the pictures I cannot tell whether it is a Quercus robur or a Quercus petrea. So I'm gonna go to the comments and I will send a message to Gloria, asking her to make sure. Hi, Gloria. Great find. Looks like a beautiful tree. Okay. Beautiful. However, are you? I'm not sure whether this is a Quercus robur or Quercus petrea. How about we go to check it out together someday this week and make sure? So it's a great opportunity. I don't know Gloria yet. And she seems like a great biologist. And the biologist from Italy.
We're now building a dating platform. If you didn't know.
Can you go to my page?
This is not Tinder for trees. Okay, so I hope that I can still open the decision tab. I can, yes. I even have a call to action in here. The review is underway. How about you and the author or the reviewer meet at the specimen location and have a talk? That's what I just said. So I'm gonna send to Gloria a message that this specimen needs an improvement. And so now let's have a look on the left side again on Gloria's screen. In the specimens tab, in the My Contributions, she can now see that this is now red and the chapel needs an improvement. This could, of course, be anything like a missing picture or any kind of information that the reviewer thinks are missing. So she gets in and she checks out the comments and she reads it. And so what would you like to answer, Gloria?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, you're right, Lucas. Last time I checked, this tree only the leaves were on. But this is the perfect season to check out the acorn and see how if they have a pedunculus. Or stalk.
And what?
We call it stalk.
No, I want to use
Pedunculus.
and
Actually, I'm
see
not
the
sure.
pedunculus.
Yeah, the length of a pedunculus.
I think that's a dating platform.
Yeah.
How about we go
On Sunday, tree in front of it. For the only money. Check for me.
It's a code language. Code language for biology.
Okay. So now I can of course see it. Okay. Okay. Deal. See you there on Sunday at 10 a.m. Okay, great. So here you can see how our goal in here is to connect people through nature, not only with nature, but also through nature with each other. Okay, so Sunday has passed and we have checked and actually it was correct. Gloria was right.
Yeah.
No wonder. She's an Italian biologist. So it is a Quercus robur. And so now as the reviewer, I will go in here. So actually she needs to make some change at least, because now it needs an improvement and the system is stubborn. So she's gonna, yeah, she can say that
She's not happy with the length of the betoonkolers. Did that? What did you say?
I cannot.
It's not a Patreon?
No, she can add the information.
She can't have it.
maybe she just sees that the curve is 111. Okay, she can now resubmit it for the review, on which occasion I'm gonna get a notification in here that I need to review it again, and I just reload the page in here, and it's again to review. Okay, I'm the reviewer, and I say I approve and publish, because this is now good to go. And now the reward time. So if the entry is good to go, I can give it the green light using the approve and publish button. And according to the workload, I should split the reward of 50 impact points, which would be about 5 hours of work, between the contributor and the reviewer, which is me. So now I can use this slider to either give all the impact points to myself as the reviewer, or I can give all the impact points to Gloria, or I can check the guide. So if it was perfect, I should give myself around 5 for the review. If I had to do some work on it as the reviewer, which means I actually went into the edit form and I did some changes, I should give 10 to myself. And if I did a lot of work on it, I should give around 20 to myself. So I was very happy with how Gloria put the specimen into the platform. So I'm going to give myself 5 for the review, and I'm going to approve and publish. And here we go. It is approved and published, and we can now see it. I can now see it in the to discover, actually, which is, what was the name again? The chapter. The chapter. Yeah. So it's now okay. So the specimen is online. Citizen science is happening, and yeah. So that's pretty much it. What we wanted to show to you here. So we have just deployed this new functionality recently, and we're gonna be using it now heavily in the upcoming month to perfect it. Good. Any comments? Anything that you would like to say about this?
I think like this is a great advance as a social media, like a social platform. So I think it's like really nice.
It's the first social feature that we have in here. And basically, this is something you don't see from the outside, but we have put some building stones in place, which now enable us to do comments in any part of the platform. So great things to expect next month.
Yeah, that's a good thing now. Think about Capisa offering a roofing position.
Yeah.
Just one idea to where you can want to have comments.
Good.
Yeah,
Should-
just
Sorry.
I just have a very immediate thinking when I see this list of specimen. I know maybe this is more something to be discussed during a design meeting, but I'm thinking that such a big list, I mean, specimen is going to, in any commons, anywhere it is developed is going to be inevitably a very long list. So I was the thing that I'm thinking now is how to make it easier to browse, which is probably using a map tool. But anyway,
What tool?
it's just something that I'm thinking, seeing such a long list, because if I want to look for something in this list, it's yeah, it might be a bit.
Yeah. So we need to add.
But it's, of course, it's just developed feature, and it's already amazing. It's really great to the possibility to do all this.
Any ideas on this? I mean, full text search already discussed, and same like with species, we probably do families for the specimens. So then you have a drop down menu for families, then it's less
For species.
for specimen.
Yeah, but because you said families, for the specimen, we would sort them by species, not by families. That's what
Well, no, the specimen sorted by families, botanical families.
Oh, by botanical families.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I really liked your idea, Giuseppe, like the map idea, basically displaying everything on a map. I don't know how impossible this is, but yeah, that sounds the maybe not the simplest, but the most direct thing that went to my mind is like displaying everything on a map, and then you see exactly where
That's
which
very nice.
Yeah, we would definitely like to do that. It will come, but I think first, because that's usable also in other parts of the platform, like activities and the library, we need to make it possible to search. And yeah, as a background info, is because all of the information is translatable. That's the one thing that makes the search a little bit more difficult, because of the way that we store the data in the backend. It's an engineering problem, so we are happy to deal with it. It's definitely easier than to run a summer camp for me. Okay, well, that's it from my side. We also have the tickets in there. I wonder if I should show how this looks like, or do we want to just keep
Yeah,
it?
I think if James is not bored with this, then I think we should show.
So I can show you on one of the existing courses, maybe on the Curious Camp. So basically, until now, we didn't have the possibility to create a ticket which would sign up a person automatically to all the sessions of a course. And also, we didn't have the possibility to make a ticket which would enable you to make a package of sessions. So imagine that you want to create a camp like this one, which for which you want to sell maybe each of the days separate, or each of the weeks separate, or you want to sell ticket for the camp plus optional lunch if people want to. And so we have enabled this by letting you to create a package ticket. So this is in the course settings page, in the edit course page, on the step number 5, tickets. For all the course tickets, you can now see a ticket type, which you can change from whole course, which means the people will be signed up for all the sessions that you have in this course, or you can change it into selected sessions. And then you can select which sessions are